mean, when your head's not in the right place and where it needs to be, obviously you're not going to go out there and compete and do the things you're supposed to do as a pitcher. So,
Todd, this is Big Kenny. Now, with the trades coming around, a lot of times, a lot of these players been with these teams for a really long time. It's kind of an emotional thing when these trades happen. A guy has to go to another city. Seems like there may be some hurt feelings. I mean, a lot of times breakups can be awkward and uncomfortable. How did they manage to send Ichiro from Seattle to the Yankees, and in the same day they traded him, the Yankees played the Mariners? I mean, was that awkward for him to come out like, hey, how you guys doing? I'm going to miss you all. And then later come back out on the field like, hey, we about to wipe you out because I play for them now and now we can win. I mean, they don't have like a minimum breakup deadline time that they have to be away from a team. It just happened instantly.
It definitely happens instantly. And like you said, you would think, Seattle, I mean, he's been with Seattle ever since he's been in the big leagues and was an icon in Seattle, and at times is one of the best baseball players in baseball. I mean, a 10-time Gold Glove guy. So you would think that it would be some emotional ties as far as like, well, dang, man, I really don't want to get traded, but if it's to the Yankees, I think I can go make that work. I mean, they're going to be in a pennant race every year. But like you said, the most awkward part about it is you spent your whole big league career with one team, and you probably never been over in the visitors' dugout, and you think the actual same day you're actually getting a uniform fitted for yourself and actually playing in another uniform in the dugout with the team you just played for the previous night.
You still running to the other side to get stuff out of your old locker. Like, I left this shampoo in my deodorant.
Talking to the equipment man, like, hey, man, you know those gloves you used to give me? Leave some over here.
Man, I need some of that pine tar on this side of it.
I mean, can I take a shower over there? Can I take
You're still parked in the Seattle Players parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, that was the strangest thing I've seen. Now, that was kind of weird. And like you said, you would think it would be a little breakup period, but that was the most awkward situation I've seen at the trade deadline, to tell you the truth.
It's like me coming over to your house. Yeah, man, I heard you and your lady broke up, but I was here to take her out to dinner. Is she available?
Well, Todd, speaking of someone being with the same team for a long time, Chipper Jones here in Atlanta having a pretty decent year for a 40-year-old. Do you see him getting to the end and changing his mind, a la Brett Favre?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's hitting around 315, somewhere around in that 315, 320 range with 10 home runs and kind of limited playing time. And I'm gonna be told, I did not think he would be able to put up the numbers as far as hitting 300. I mean, he's a 300 hitter his whole career. I mean, the one thing that Chipper Jones can do is probably put a dip in on a regular basis, but he can go out there and hit baseball. I mean, there's never been a question if he can hit a baseball. And you would think once you get on up in years, the bat speed slows down a little bit, but I think he's father time like Brett Favre. Do I think he may change his mind? At this point, I think he will. I just think he's having too good of a year to kind of go out as far as at this particular point. Now, a lot of people want to go out on top, but a lot of people, especially him, has a big ego too. It's not in a bad way, but hey, I can go out here and do this again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And want to prove everybody wrong again, in which I think at the end of the year he's going to kind of come back next year. I think he's not going to say anything about it until probably spring training, and you'll probably see him down in Florida in a Braves uniform in spring training. So
yeah, because he got rid of his wife, which is always good, and he's just playing ball now. That's how I see it. It's funny how you got rid of your burden, and now your bat speed is back up.
But he traded his wife to his next door neighbor, so he still sees her on a regular basis. Yeah.
But Todd, we appreciate you calling in, helping us with the baseball report. Your Dodgers still looking good out there.
I think they are, but I think they're about ready to kick it in the second gear now. I think getting that Hanley Ramirez deal is and getting Matt Kemp back, I think they're about ready to make a push and kind of do the things that they're supposed to do. But hey, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for having me on.
And just keep Matt Kemp from Rihanna's house. And y'all, hey,
great point.
He got rid of he got rid of Rihanna. He went back to being an all-star. Thank you, Todd.
Rihanna will throw you off your game a little bit, won't she? Oh, man.
Todd Harris, L.A. Dodger scout. Hey, it's something to that. It's funny. Chipper last year looked like he needed to be taken out and shot. And now, you know, he's
cut
having
that
a good
ball
year.
and chain, and now he's a brand new man.
Yeah, he's having a good year. Why are you shaking your head over there, Mrs.
The thrills of being caught are always great, so you don't have to worry about being caught anymore.
We'll be back with more of the Sports
You know
Joc
I'm
Show
gonna say something silly.
after this. Curleon came in the building. Got that chicken
I
smelling
smell
good over
food.
there. We'll be back in a second.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette,
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
and another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes, I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for...
Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me.
Live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We'd like to thank L.A. Dodger East Cobb baseball coach Todd Harris for calling in. It's always informative, and his perspective always opens my eyes to see baseball a little different. It is something to getting rid of those women. Seem to be able to find your stick again. So
I'm saying first Kenny as 101 behind the escort name, and now you saying that when you leave your wife and you leave your girl, now you can get back into the game. What are y'all trying to say this morning? I think this is bash on Mr. Zaya Day. It is not going down.
No, I don't think we're bashing on you. I think that we're bashing on women.
It doesn't matter. I stand for women, the real women. I stand for them.
So
Come
maybe
again,
we will
fellas.
have to bash on you.
Do
you know
what
I'm saying?
you do.
So,
This ain't what you want, shorty. Let's go.
Well, actually,
this
play with it.
Saying. Well, Mr. Zaya, I haven't bashed anybody since 2009.
So oh wow! See, that sounds like a personal problem.
I don't really.
Do you need some help?
I gave up bullying. I don't do that anymore. I'm just a relaxed older man now.
Kenny is definitely helping you out there.
I was just giving you the statistics.
Well,
before the woman, I was great. After the woman, I was great.
Hey,
you tell me what was the issue.
I like it.
And you know, the funniest thing that you just said is getting rid of the woman. They got better. A friend of mine who was a comedian had a fantastic performance. We performed Saturday night, and I was like, man, you on fire. And the first thing he said is, when I got rid of that cumbersome relationship.
Okay, real quick, like, I can't go any
fire
farther.
Ever since.
Kenny, why does my picture look like that behind you? Like, it looks like he's been taking it down and utilizing it at night.
You can see that. You can see that high definition shows everything.
Look at the picture, even when I'm in it.
That high definition shows
I have no idea what a picture looks like after it's been.
Look, it looks like
hey,
that.
Look, trust me, she's met all kind of guys that come up to her, want her to sign posters that look like
and they're not wet like that all the time. Look, all the time.
Kenny, you were talking about Matt Kemp's salary as a baseball player.
$10 million
for the Jets. Well, I have
a year.
$10 million a year. I have some other salaries that top that, and they're not even running 10 feet, and they're collecting major dollar.
The Sports Joc, $53 billion.
Forbes magazine put out their list for the top 5 food personalities in TV. You know, the people you see on TV. At number 5 is Mario Batali. He made $13 million last year teaching you how to make lasagna with spinach noodles, basically. Paula Deen, who lied to us about diabetes with all that sugar and butter and bacon grease. But Paula did still pull in $17 million. See, these people making almost twice as much money as Matt Kemp.
And they ain't never left the house.
Wolfgang Puck.
That's what I'm saying.
The famous chef Wolfgang Puck made $20 million last year.
That's it. He's got
making that
like all kind of franchise food stuff. Yeah, and that's all he making, $20 million.
$20 million.
Better get some diabetes food on his menu.
Rachel Ray, you know, who can't figure out which weight she wants you to see her on TV. She made $25 million. See, Matt Kemp's salary looks long way away now. See, this is why I bring other salaries, because for years when I was in the league, I always had a problem with how they showed our salaries. And there's other jobs in this country where they're making 2-3 times as much money. And then when I see these kind of salaries, you see Rachel Ray cooking elbow noodles for $25 million. Come on. That's that real money. And number 1 at $38 million is Gordon Ramsay.
That is horrible. You are ugly and your food stinks. Get out of my restaurant.
But it's my money and I want it now. I couldn't resist.
$38 million.
Wow. Wow. I'm an excellent cook. I think I'm in the wrong
You're
business.
in the wrong.
I'm
We're all in the wrong
definitely
business.
in the wrong business.
Because I got an old possum recipe.
Cooking with the Sports Joc
I sure like to see. Hey, organs and possum, wild game.
They got
and
hillbilly
organs
hand fishing. I don't know why we couldn't be cooking possum.
My tea and cornbread would put McDonald's out of business.
McDonald's sell cornbread?
No, but that's what I'm saying. My
Oh.
tea and my cornbread would put McDonald's out of business. I'm gonna make y'all some one day and bring it in, and y'all gonna be addicted.
No. I need to see you make the tea.
You can.
Because I don't know what you'll do if
I
I
will
don't
come.
watch you.
It don't make no difference. I
want
to leave it up to my imagination. I hope you putting some secret in it.
Negative. If I have to make you love me, it's just regular sweet tea.
Are you putting it and soaking it in the sun?
No, you don't have to do any of that. The secret is hot water. That's the secret. Hot water. Hot water.
I like that.
But no, if I have to put anything in any of my food to make anybody love me, I don't want that person. They can keep that, because if they not already doing anything extra, they don't need me to help justify none of that love.
That's why I'm a vegetarian. You can't
Please
voodoo
keep
vegetables. That. You know what I'm saying?
How you know?
Ain't no voodoo in vegetables. Trust me.
Juices a flow of plenty.
Hey. That's why I steam all my stuff. You know, I ain't pulling my stuff out in the water. It's all steam.
You might want to keep some of Mom's recipes for this kind of money. We'll be back. We're talking about food. We got Curly's fried chicken in the house.
Yum, yum.
And that bag over there for you people that work for the Sports Joc Show is just for me.
Negative.
Oh, chicken.
Y'all
I just like to let y'all know that. I don't know what's in it, but don't y'all touch it.
My stomach is growling.
Right, we'll be back after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Oh!
You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage. It's a good thing you got me as your wingman.
Right. You mean when you threw that flash grenade at me?
Whatever, man. Huge round. Seriously, great stuff.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes.
All right, class. I'm going to pass back your tests. And the high score goes to Brian.
Oh, yeah! High score, baby!
We're all good at something. Maybe it's breakdancing or skateboarding or video games. Whatever you're good at, you have the skills to make it happen. And those same skills will help you get to college. Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org.
I've got what it takes. So do you.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gamble.
Light up tonight, the boy got dollars, so women come frequent like spot mileage. If you look to them, I might holla, but I ain't gon' sweat you, baby. I'ma let you catch up with your gang. Run faster, don't let them lead you. I ain't gon' blast you, but send me a text message, and I hit you up later. Stop, wait a minute.
Freestyle by Big Kenny. Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. It's funny what food would make people do. He thinks if he impresses me with a freestyle, I'll give him a wing, but...
I don't eat chicken! I'm looking for the French fries and the sauce.
Oh, we have my main man up in here, Steven Johnson from Curly's Fried Chicken. And if you were in these studios right now, you would start salivating some of the best chicken I've had ever, not just in Atlanta, but ever. And when I came over to his restaurant a couple of months ago, I gave him a card and said, man, you got to come over and do the show with me. For you people out there, you know I'm heavy in trying to show what athletes do after the game. I think that kind of gets overshadowed by the trouble. And some of us left college and the pros and went on to do bigger and better things, a la Magic Johnson. We have Mr. Stevie Johnson on the show, Curly's Fried Chicken. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, man? Don't call me Stevie J.
Stevie, I don't want to leave you, Stevie. I don't want to leave you, Stevie.
No Stevie J then. Okay.
No Stevie.
Well, Steve, you played football at Tennessee. Tell the people about you. So
Yeah, I'm from here actually, from Marietta, Georgia. Went to McEachern High School. Then I went to University of Tennessee, which we beat Auburn a couple of times while I was there.
He had to throw that in there, didn't he?
See how quick? You see how they draw? See the North Korea, South Korea thing?
He drew you right up to the DMZ.
Already.
He drew you right up to the DMZ and let you stick your finger over it and then pow.
That was the Keo Spikes Auburn Tigers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He'll admit it to you.
Yeah, he will.
But yeah, I played for Tennessee. Played 2 or 3 years in the league. Got drafted by Seattle. Then I went into the clothing industry. Went back when the throwback jerseys were popular. Mm-hmm. Me and a buddy of mine who I played ball with at Tennessee, we did the college throwback jerseys, like the Mitchell and Ness professional jerseys, and had a good run with that while it was popular. And then I moved back to Atlanta and opened up a restaurant called Pizza Bar, which is out in the Mableton Vinings area. And I had that for 5.5 years.
Let me stop you right there. Why pizza?
Well, actually, I just wanted to own a bar, and
okay,
because who doesn't?
Yeah, I had to put some food with it, so I was thinking, what's some easy food that I can put with it?
Well, I'm saying, was pizza is that like your favorite food?
Soaks up the alcohol really well.
It was until I opened up the pizza bar, and then I didn't eat it anymore. But
okay, so that really happens where people open up a particular kind of food and then stopped really wanting that?
Yep. I hadn't ate fried chicken in like 3 weeks, man.
It's not the same with drugs. It's really not. It's not the same with drugs. No. You get around a lot of drugs, and somehow you just want more and more and more drugs.
Yeah.
So you open up the pizza bar. Was it any kind of special recipe?
Well, I hired a consultant
to
come in and do the recipes, and then I hired a bar consultant to come in and set up the bar because I didn't have any experience in it. So, I wasn't going to try to, fake it and lose all my money trying to fake it. So I went out and hired the right people and opened it up. And I opened it in 2007. I recently sold it a couple months ago, and I actually sold it as a franchise. So they just opened back up maybe a month ago.
Okay.
And
it's the same location?
Same location.
Okay.
Yeah, going really well. And I opened up Curly's Fried Chicken in the beginning of December last year. And the meaning behind that, we were tailgating one day. I got season tickets to the Falcons, had them for like 5-6 years, and we tailgate every home game. And my dad, whose name is Curly, his nickname is Curly. So
I was just about to say, I heard your dad. That's your dad's recipe.
Well, Steve's fried chicken didn't sound good, so Curly's fried chicken had that ring to it. So I was like, let's do Curly's fried chicken.
Okay.
And,
Jonathan's fried chicken just doesn't have
doesn't have the same ring to it. So we tailgate every home game, and a lot of people would come over and eat the food and the chicken and all that stuff. And one day, somebody was like, it's a restaurant on Ohio Mill called Leroy's Fried Chicken. It should be Curly's Fried Chicken. So that stuck in the back of my mind. So I was reading the AJC one day, and I saw that Leroy's Fried Chicken had closed down.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately I came down here and met with one of the owners that owned the building, and 2 weeks later I was up and running.
So when Leon left, the kitchen and all that stuff was already there for you, which worked out great.
I just came in and did some new recipes and opened back up.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody seems to love it.
Right.
So I need that cornbread recipe though. So
and that sweet tea, yeah.
Well, I must tell you that I have been out, and a couple of people come up to me like, "Hey man, you've been down to Curly's. You've been down to Curly, got good fried chicken." So the word is going through town about your place. Let's go back to Tennessee. You played at Tennessee, 98, which means that you would have been with a young guy named Peyton Manning in your college years.
Actually, me and Peyton came in the same year in 94. Mm-hmm. And I happened to get a medical red shirt my junior year, which allowed me to stick around that last year, which we won the national championship the last year.
What did he do
that's
after
with T.
college?
Martin.
T. Martin, yep.
Yeah.
What did Peyton do after college?
Well, I think he did some commercials with his brother and dad.
Oh, okay.
That's probably about
Won
it.
a Super Bowl, I think.
Don't hear too much from him. Let me ask you something, Steve. You just mentioned how you got started. We're always talking about the folly of a lot of athletes, how they make a lot of money, but because of inexperience, go broke. You said before you open your restaurants, you got consultants. Did you have a model of business, someone who taught you business, or you just took your time and did your research?
The internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you Googled how to do it.
Yeah, I researched it and was fortunate enough to find a couple people who could come in and consult me on it, and that's about it.
Right.
And, it just took me just jumping out there on a limb by being like, I want to open up a restaurant. People will discourage you from opening a restaurant because of, they don't last long. So by the time I opened Pizza Bar, I've seen, several restaurants open and close in a shorter time than that. So it's just.
And I'm sure that research diminishes the possibility of that hiring. How come they don't ever have guys like that come to the rookie symposiums and talk to people about making smart business decisions and actually doing research with your money?
Well, actually they do, but
do they really?
They do.
You never know.
You do, but a lot of guys
never know.
A lot of guys don't listen to it. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, when you're talking about the rookie symposium,
not gonna happen to me.
You're a rookie. Yeah,
you have like 10 guys that are actually paying attention to the people on stage, and the other 300
thinking about what they go do with their money.
When they're thinking
about making it rain.
Well, Stevie, Steven.
There you go.
I was about to call Stevie again. Tell us how playing football and running a business, is there any similarities from what you needed to go to Tennessee and play, and what it's taking for you to try to make your business successful?
Yeah, it's all about, man. It goes back to that one word is teamwork, and they've instilled that in you since you were 5 years old playing football, and now that you own a business, of course you got to have the right team around you, and now you're the one that's the actual head coach, and you're calling the plays, and you're putting everybody in position to be successful. So that it goes hand in hand. It teaches you teamwork, and it teaches you how to run a business and be a leader.
And when your dad is all the food your dad recipes, or some of them yours and his?
Well, a lot of them are mine, but I got on the menu. I get recipes from my grandmother, from my mom, from my aunts, and I try to incorporate that and put all of the names on the menu and everything. And I basically got all the recipes and tweaked them a little bit.
Right.
And so.
And the thing I love about Curly's, other than the chicken, is the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, y'all do Kool-Aid?
They do Kool-Aid.
We finna get it
we
in.
We not only have Kool-Aid, we
might as well break
red
the spades
Kool-Aid,
out.
We got red Kool-Aid and purple Kool-Aid.
Oh, and then and that's
So
how
it's
you put
red
it
and
on
purple,
the menu by the color?
They put it by the color.
Oh, yeah, we're investing in this place. Let's get some stock option stuff. Let's draw up some papers. Why don't we?
Do you see yourself expanding, or do you like your location over here for Howell Mill?
I love the location, but I've had approximately 20 to 30 people that's came by and expressed interest in, owning the franchise. I'm trying to open up a couple more, maybe one by the end of the year. I'm trying to get in the airport. The mayor, he comes by, he eats like 3 times a week at Curly's, and actually we were just in.
He don't try to get it comped though.
No.
Oh, okay.
He'll come down and eat and pay for it, and then they'll cater down at City Hall. And he actually did a piece in the Huffington Post this past weekend, and he named Curly's one of the top 5. His top 5 favorite places in Atlanta, well, along with like the High Museum and City Hall and a couple other places. But Curly's was on that list. So.
That's big. That's big.
You guys gonna stick with just chicken, or you gonna try and expand and do other stuff?
Well, we have fried fish and shrimp, but the whole basis is a chicken, man, and the homemade side. So we got some vegetables for you.
Oh, yeah, let's taste it. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
All that.
Before we go,
DB, you good guy, DB.
Before we go, let the people know the location, the number, the website, anything you need.
The location, we're located at 1021 Howell Mill Road, right next to La Fonda, right across the street from Chow Baby, and right around the corner from the Wayne Gandy Show. So the number is 404-872-7888, and the website is curlysfriedchicken.com.
And I must say, from the Sports Joc Show to you, thank you for my food. Did y'all hear that?
Electronic slaps in the face.
Curly's Fried Chicken. I'm going to be on it in about 32 minutes. I'm going to be all over it. Thank you, Steve, for coming in.
Appreciate you for having me.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show after this.
I love the Rocky Top playing, man. I love it, man. I love it.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Go Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse!
Let's go, guys!
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
So obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The forest is a treasured and magical place.
Hello, Bambi. Hello, little prince. Hello. Hello there.
But a wildfire can destroy its beauty for a lifetime. It's always wildfire season somewhere in America. Nearly 9 out of 10 wildfires nationwide are caused by the carelessness of humans and could be prevented. But together, we can make a difference.
Watch what I can do.
help protect the home of our forest friends.
He can call me a flower if he wants to.
To find out more, log on to SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
This message has been brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
Come on! You can do it!
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Candy. We like to thank Curly's Fried Chicken for stopping in. Mr. Stephen Johnson. That's Stephen Johnson, not Stevie
Not
J.
Stevie J.
Not Stevie J.
Not
I was actually at that
Stevie.
studio last night.
Not Stevie.
We've reached the birthday segment of our show. As usual, we'd like to tell you about some of your famous names that's had a birthday in the last 7 days. Where should we start, Big Kenny? Let me see who you'd like to know. Birthday. Amon, supermodel. Remember Amon? She's 57 years old. Now, Amon. Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman.
Tie me up, make me tell you the truth.
61. She used to be fine in that little thing, wasn't she?
Yeah. And how old is she now?
She's 61.
I'd like to see what she looks like in that thing today.
Oh, my Jesus.
I'm serious. And then ask me to tell you the truth.
Tell you
Wonder Woman, your time has passed.
Sandra Bullock had her 48th birthday. Soldier Boy Tellum, 22 years old. Lawrence Fishburne, or Larry, as he started off, 51 years old.
Your name is Neo.
Yeah, I am the one. Lisa Kudrow, 49 years old. Vivica A. Fox, 48 years old. You don't see this lady too much anymore because they replaced her with the dog commercials. Sally Struthers is 64 years old. Remember her? She used to do the commercials for feed the African kids.
And you guys, for just 15 cents a day, you can make a difference. I used to think, why don't they feed them kids while y'all shooting that commercial over there? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a craft services table.
They used to always have flies on them.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm in television. I know there's a craft services table somewhere near. Give the dude a granola bar or something. Man.
Terry Crews is 44 years old. Kadeem Hardison had his 47th birthday last week. Kevin Spacey, the great actor Kevin Spacey, 53 years old. My man Jeremy Pivens, 47 years old. Funny guy Pivens in the roles he played. Kate Beckinsale, 39. Arnold Schwarzenegger had his 65th birthday.
You can still get it.
He can still get it.
That's
what the maid said.
I'll be
exactly.
back. Oh, you must leave now. I think they are coming for us now.
Tom Green. What happened to Tom Green? Remember Tom Green?
Drew Barrymore.
That's what happened to him.
That's what happened to him.
Gotta do it.
Drew Barrymore.
41 years old. Hilary Swank had her 38th birthday last week. Sookie from the vampire show on HBO, Anna Paquin, is 30 years old. True Blood. You watched that, Big Kenny? True Blood?
No.
No? You're not into vampire movies?
No, actually, vampires are my favorite of all of the monster genres. I just, don't watch I'd rather be biting people and sucking their blood myself than sitting around
their feet.
watching on TV. Hey, don't you be telling my secret.
Get you some of that bath salt.
Just bite a face off.
And just how you eating people.
Yeah,
Matt LeBlanc, 45 years old last week. D.B. Woodside had his 43rd birthday. Helen Mirren, 67. The ageless one, Mick Jagger, had his 69th birthday.
I can't get no.
Jamie Presley had her 35th birthday. Hope Solo, who we talked about earlier, the U.S. women's soccer team goalie, 31 years old.
And she just tweeted, "Don't talk about her birthday unless you know what you're talking about." Unless you know what you're talking about, yeah.
Christopher Nolan, the Batman director, 42 years old. And J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, celebrated her 43rd birthday this past week. They do have Mariah Carey stepping in on American Idol, replacing J-Lo next year. Good choice, bad choice?
They needed somebody.
Wow. Just anybody?
It'll be Nick and Mariah next. Nick Cannon will be on there next. So
he's hosting one of the other shows.
And
Nick Cannon? Okay.
I know
those were the birthdays of last week.
I know Sports Joc, usually when we do the birthdays, we give the birthdays of the celebrities, but I'd like to take a personal moment. On Friday, I lost, and not just me, a lot of people lost a very dear person. My next door neighbor, Wendy Shoemate, had her last birthday on Friday and passed, lost her battle with cancer, and I just want the Shoemate family, they're all from London, to know that our hearts and prayers are with you and go out to you. We love you, and
how old was the person?
Wendy was in her late 60s. She was in her late 60s. Didn't share a lot of information about her age, but she was a wonderful lady. She'll be missed.
Did she have a big nose like those?
No, she was a nice looking English lady, nice looking teeth and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
She had a dental plan.
Yeah, she had a dental plan. But you know, she came to the United States some time ago, so
you know
she worked on
that 101. It's a powerful number, boy. That 101.
I like the way the opening ceremony had the shout out to their healthcare, national healthcare services too.
Oh yeah,
that was good. Yeah,
they did the thing where the kids went to sleep
right,
in
had
the bed,
nightmares,
and they kept trying to rub it in our face about the national health care. We're gonna get some of that one of these days. Got everybody get everybody to pay taxes though. That's all. We'll be back.
Did you say taxes?
Yeah. Be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Taxes. That's sportsjoc.com. Y'all hit us up.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Oh!
You are round MVP.
Yeah, man. Yo, Drew, I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage. It's a good thing you got me as your wingman.
Right. You mean when you threw that flash grenade at me?
Whatever, man. Huge round. Seriously, great stuff.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. Soul getting into college. I've got what it takes.
All right, class. I'm going to pass back your tests. And a high score goes to Brian.
Oh, yeah. High score, baby.
We're all good at something. Maybe it's breakdancing or skateboarding or video games. Whatever you're good at, you have the skills to make it happen. And those same skills will help you get to college. Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org.
I've got what it takes. So do you.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Hello, and welcome to today's lottery drawing. Good luck. And here's today's winning numbers. First one up, it's not yours. Second one, not yours. And another number that's not yours. Okay, this is one number that's yours. It's a 5, but you don't get any money for that. And the final number is not yours.
Yep, so chances are you're not going to hit the lottery anytime soon. Don't get us wrong, the lottery can be fun every now and then. Just please don't rely on it for your future savings. How about this? Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte every day. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering in. Ride your bike instead of buying all that gas. These changes alone can save you thousands a year. Thousands. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed that piggy bank. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
And now back to the Sports Joc. Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Candy. Before we go on, we're going to talk about this Chick-fil-A nonsense in the news. I brought it up last week when I say rescue Dan Cathy, the president of Chick-fil-A, for taking a stance as a man and as a company. But before we talk about that, we have to definitely say our wishes to the families of two pioneers in their field. Actor Sherman Hemsley, who passed away at 74 years old. Most of you know him as George Jefferson.
Wheeze.
And Wheezy, the show
George.
Jeffersons.
George.
That ran from 1975 to 1985. The Jeffersons were on. They were the first show to cast interracial couple. A lot of us forgot about that part of the show.
And the lady who played Helen Willis is the mother of Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
How about that? Success breeds success.
The funny part about that is Sherman looked 60 back then. So when you're telling me he's 74, it's like, so you mean he was 35 when he was playing George Jefferson?
Wow.
That is very surprising.
But that's probably what solidified his role on the Jeffersons, is he looked like a much older man.
Yeah.
Right.
He
So
much
aging badly made him a star.
Yeah, he started with All in the Family. He went on to the Jeffersons, and then he ended up doing 6 years as Deacon Ernest Fry on Amen. But he always looked like he was 60. And a death that went by that I wanted to mention for most of us, especially in this country, William Stabb. He was 96 years old, passed away, 96 years old, lived a long life, 96 years of age. He was the man who invented the home treadmill.
Wow.
For most of us, I thought that was because it's something that most of us have been on at least one time.
Or at least have something hanging up on it
and it's
in the home.
And it's a vital part of athletics. You can't, he invented it for the same reason we use it. So you didn't have any excuse for training, which is, like most of us, some point of your workout, especially in bad weather, you're going to have to hit that treadmill. So 96 years old. That's a long life. The first treadmill he invented back in the late 60s was called the Pace Master 600. William Stabb passed away last week. Two pioneers, like I said, in their industry. As I left the show last week, we talked about Dan Cathy, the president of Chick-fil-A. And since then, all kinds of people have come out of the woodworks. They're planning some kind of march on the new location in California. The same sect for, once again, Dan Cathy took a stand saying that him and his family, who own Chick-fil-A, don't believe in same-sex marriage. And it's funny how now, if you feel that way, you can't say it. You can say you're for it. I don't know if both of you have realized that. It's like, okay, you can say you're for it, but you can't say you're against it, because once that happens, now you find yourself in financial issues. Mike Huckabee, I know some of you might remember him, the former governor of Arkansas. He stood with Dan Cathy and said they're having National Chick-fil-A Day in Arkansas. And not because he necessarily believes in the belief, but the stance. And that's why I rescued him, that so many people now just won't say anything when a question comes to them.
Okay, and taking a stance is something that I support wholeheartedly, but taking a stance for the right thing, first and foremost, for me, is what I like to back. Not saying that he's wrong. You think that he's right for taking a stance, but what if he had said, I believe in the traditional form of marriage, and black people shouldn't marry white people, and Hispanics shouldn't marry people that aren't Hispanic? Had he said that, do you think that it would have been the same? Would you be as willing to support his stance?
I believe that's why I believe you can take your stance on what you want, as long as it doesn't reflect in your actions.
Right.
Just like he said, if you go to our companies, we hire homosexuals and lesbians. We're not telling you can't work. We don't want to see you die.
Do they
I
really,
just don't
though?
believe.
Do they really? I'm saying now I can say across board, I hire and don't discriminate. But you come in and I go, you'd like a job, and you go, yes, I'd like a job as a manager. And then I go, well, he's not quite qualified, or well, his work history didn't pan out, or well, we've already got somebody we had been promising this job to. I can make an excuse based on my personal preference, and it still doesn't have to affect me legally. So what I'm saying is what he says and what he does could be two different things. If two dudes walk into a Chick-fil-A holding hands and kissing, do they get the same service as a regular married couple?
Big Kenny, it's a thing of you can believe what you believe. That's what this country is supposed to be about. Now, whether you believe in my beliefs, it shouldn't correlate. If I'm hiring, so when you start trying to make apples and oranges, it's one thing I don't believe in you, and then I go want to hang you on a cross.
Right.
That if I just don't believe in it, as long as I don't do anything towards you, then that's just my belief. Whether it's same sex, whether it's color, whether it's how tall you are, how short you are, I'm quite sure if I went to all the Chick-fil-A's across the country, there probably is a gay or lesbian person working there. Okay. And I'm quite sure in a lot of ways that's happening. But I just think that it's funny how you can support it, but you can't say nothing against it, because now they're estimating that Chick-fil-A is looking to, they've already the Muppets. Is that what it is with the little Hermit the Frog? What's his name? Hermit the Frog. They pulled out because they were supposed to be making their little toys for the kids' meal. So they decided to pull out of their deal with Chick-fil-A. And I just thought that it was refreshing to see. This is what I said 10 years ago when I started the business, and this is what I'm saying today. That's why, I'm going to still stand on that regardless of whether you will come support me. I didn't change my opinion. And as we all know, and people have always said, Chick-fil-A has been a great company to its employees. I've never worked there, but they don't hassle you about asking for extra ketchup like they do at other places.
Right. I like their little ketchup packets.
And they take Sundays off.
They take Sundays off, so they do stick by. But we're going to come back, and I sent the bad producer out to see what other people thought about Dan Cathy taking a stance. We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Honey, I'm home. I've got a surprise for you.
Get that filthy, disgusting tire out of my living room. You're on my favorite rug.
Calm down. You're gonna love this.
What? Whoa. The goldfish bowl.
I won't run over them. Relax.
You roll that tire right back out of here.
Relax. It's all part of my master plan to save us money.
This is not going to be our coffee table. Don't even think about putting a piece of glass on top.
No, honey. This is a reminder to keep our tires properly inflated so we can save money on gas.
Can't we just tie a string around our fingers?
Sweetie, properly inflated tires could save us more money at the pump than a week's worth of gas.
You're getting tire tracks on my love seat.
Exactly. To remind us that we love saving gas with properly inflated tires.
What's wrong with the sticky note on the dashboard?
Discover smarter ways to save hundreds of dollars on gas and help the environment, too, at the Alliance to Save Energy's website, drivesmarterchallenge.org.
Hey, let's put the sticky note on the tire.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
I'm Ed Smart, father of a child who was abducted.
I'm John Walsh. Like Ed, I also know the terror of having a child who was kidnapped. But now we have wonderful technology to aid in this battle.
It's called the Amber Alert. It's an early notification system to the public when every second counts.
Amber Alert is a partnership. We want to thank you, the public, broadcasters, transportation, and law enforcement. Amber Alert really works.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Candy. As we went to break, we were talking about Dan Cathy, the president of Chick-fil-A. And for you that may not know, this is a subject dealing with sports based on that Chick-fil-A puts on actually 2 events in the NCAA with the Kickoff Classic here that will be here September the 1st with Auburn-Clemson. And they have their annual bowl that started off as the Peach Bowl that they took over. And it's now the Chick-fil-A Bowl that's here. It's usually like New Year's Eve. I think I went to it last year, if I remember correct. We played Virginia Tech here in Atlanta. So they are people in the community and in the sports world. Dan Cathy, president, family-owned business, caught flack for taking a stance that he doesn't believe in same-sex marriage. Other people have come out, spoken against it. People are planning protests. We wanted to see what some of the people out in our society had to say about this and people being able to speak their mind.
Taking it to the streets for the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy, Conway Twitty. I have with me
Christina.
How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
President of Chick-fil-A just said he does not support same-sex marriages. Will that deter you from continuing to eat with Chick-fil-A?
Well, I feel like Chick-fil-A is historically a Christian company, and so it's not surprising that that's his opinion, but I have to say that it does give me pause to think about my decisions of whether I want to go there, and I haven't been back to him since he's released that statement, so I guess it has affected my decision to eat there. And whether that's the right decision, I'm not certain. I hate to not support a local franchise, especially with the economy as it is. But I think his probably best move would have been not to make a statement at all. The fact that he felt need to make one is what deterred me more than anything.
And Steven Johnson, the curly man over there, just smiling. More people will come for me.
I'm coming after we get off the air. I'll be at your shop. So
now, Sports Joc, what that lady just said, his need to make a statement at all. Do you think that it was necessary, knowing his position, that he make a statement at all? And the second part of this question is, how long do you think it'll be before they start coming after the Chick-fil-A Bowl and the things like that to protest and pull sponsorships?
Well, I think that some sponsorships are based on, first of all, their religious beliefs. Is going to play a part in it. I think that we all are allowed, too many times in our society now, the people of power or money or prestige, they can't have an opinion. You know, it's like everyone else can say something, but I can't say anything. So 10,000 people can stand outside of a Chick-fil-A and say, yeah, we should all be able to get married, but I can't say nothing. So to me, that's the best part of this, that someone who has something at stake, he has something at stake. The dude is out there protesting, doesn't usually. So he has something, and he was willing to put it on the line to make a stance for what he believes in. Not telling you, you know, right or wrong. He's just telling you what he believes in. And I don't see how that's wrong. So let's see what someone else had.
Taking it to the streets for the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy, Conway Twitty. I have with me
Marilyn.
How you doing, Marilyn?
Well, thank you.
President of Chick-fil-A just said he does not support same-sex marriages. Will that deter you from continuing to eat with Chick-fil-A?
Yes, it would. I think that's a very discriminatory statement, and we all need to be a little more inclusive and understanding.
Discriminative to what? That I don't believe in what you believe. And Big Kenny, before you go on, you make a living off of freedom of speech.
Yes, I do.
I mean, that's
and
how
I
you
support,
get your.
And I support freedom of speech, 100%.
I've seen you get to the mic and call whoever out.
Yeah, and I'll do it. I do it on this microphone.
And some, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to catch me in a special place to call you out on the mic. I'll do it here.
No,
and I'm just saying. My point about this though is, I think what he did, as admirable as it is that he took his stance and he maintained it, he was able to do that because Chick-fil-A is a thriving, successful business. It's easy to take a stand when you got a couple $100 million in the bank, and even if everybody walk away, you still gonna be good. Now, my man Steven over there with his burgeoning business, Curly's, it would be tough for him to come out and go, you know what? I don't think dudes should be holding hands and walk away and be on some. I'm gonna stand by it, because at that point you still are beholden to the people to make you successful.
But just like the First Lady said, they have always been known as a Christian-based franchise. Most Christian-based places, that's their belief.
But they've never made statements before.
Sure, churches, pastors make stances.
I'm talking about Chick-fil-A. They've been a Christian company since day one, but they're now just taking a political stance, is my point. How long have they been in business? He's felt like this his entire life, I'd imagine. Truett Cathy, who was his father, felt the same way.
This could be the first time that someone has actually asked him this question. You don't know that this is the first time that the question came.
Come on, he live in the South. His headquarters is here in Atlanta. You think this is the first time he been asked the gay marriage question?
A reporter has asked him his opinion on where he stands on this same sex debate that's in Congress, that's in a lot of these states up for debate. Where do you stand on this? Where would you stand? Would you still take your Christian base? That's usually why you ask the question, to test this man's faith.
Listen.
You testing him, is he going to crumble? Because now you got something to risk. Will you still give me that same Christian value? Most of us cowered out. When we feel like we have something to lose, we were cowered out just because of that. Most people in his situation with $100 million business would have been like, I don't have an answer.
Atlanta is second in gay population only to San Francisco. He's heard a gay question before.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show.
I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so?
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Honey, I'm home. I've got a surprise for you.
Get that filthy, disgusting tire out of my living room. You're on my favorite rug.
Calm down. You're gonna love this.
What? Whoa. The goldfish bowl.
I won't run over them. Relax.
You roll that tire right back out of here.
Relax. It's all part of my master plan to save us money.
This is not going to be our coffee table. Don't even think about putting a piece of glass on top.
No, honey. This is a reminder to keep our tires properly inflated so we can save money on gas.
Can't we just tie a string around our fingers?
Sweetie, properly inflated tires could save us more money at the pump than a week's worth of gas.
You're getting tire tracks on my love seat.
Exactly. To remind us that we love saving gas with properly inflated tires.
What's wrong with the sticky note on the dashboard?
Discover smarter ways to save hundreds of dollars on gas and help the environment too at the Alliance to Save Energy's website, drivesmarterchallenge.org.
Hey, let's put the sticky note on the tire.
Hi, we're talking to real smokers about quitting. Tell me when you smoke and why you smoke.
Eat, cigarette, kids, cigarette, dinner, another cigarette.
One on my way to lunch, one after lunch.
And another cigarette, and another cigarette.
Have you tried to quit?
Yes. I become angry.
It ain't that easy. You can't just quit cold turkey. I tried.
What would you do different?
Actually having a plan and thinking it through.
You have to relearn how to live your life without a cigarette in your hand.
With the right plan, you can quit smoking. Free at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. Brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
I'm Ed Smart, father of a child who was abducted.
I'm John Walsh. Like Ed, I also know the terror of having a child who was kidnapped. But now we have wonderful technology to aid in this battle.
It's called the Amber Alert. It's an early notification system to the public when every second counts.
Amber Alert is a partnership. We want to thank you, the public, broadcasters, transportation, and law enforcement. Amber Alert really works.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
The truth is, he will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. And when you hear the sounds of the ocean, it means that the Sports Joc Show is coming to a close. We'd like to first and foremost thank D. Orlando Ledbetter, AJC reporter, for calling in, helping us out with our Falcons here in Georgia. We'd like to thank Todd Harris, the LA Dodger scout, East Cobb coach, for helping us with the baseball deadline. For you baseball fans, one more day to the deadline. And for the great smell in our studio today, we'd like to thank Curly's Fried Chicken. Stephen Johnson. I'm going to always make sure I say Stephen Johnson, because I think I saw that DB come back out of him. Like, some of that football was still left in him. He's about to slap me over here. Just don't know. I got one last fight in me now. I ain't got but one. But.
Hey, don't do nothing before I get a chance to sell tickets to it. You know what I mean? We got to get this.
I just want footage.
We'd like to thank him. For all you parents out there, these little batteries in the greeting cards and remotes, a lot of kids are swallowing. I was reading the Center for Poison Center, 526 cases of kids showing up in emergency rooms swallowing batteries out of these little, those little cars that make sounds and stuff like that. They haven't had any deaths in Georgia, but nationally there have been 8 deaths in that 6-year period of time. But 526 cases in 6 years, that's a lot of
What do they think about?
kids.
I'm hungry. Let's have a snack. Batteries.
Well, kids.
I mean, and you got to pull it out of the card. Maybe that says something about the supervision of the parent.
Does it tell the age range?
Well, not just cards, but little toys.
Yeah, toys.
All of them with those little,
all of those little watch battery things. Yeah,
watch batteries they're swallowing. A lot of times, they wait till the kid actually pass them through their system, so they don't pump their stomach.
Magnets are a big thing with the kids too. The small magnets
to eat
them. And kids swallow them, but they don't pass through. They actually get magnetized in the intestines, causing intestinal issues.
Illinois woman, Eva Cameron, excuse me. She wanted to get rid of her disabled daughter so bad that she drove her down to Tennessee and left her at a bar.
Wow.
And drove back to Illinois.
Is that what they do nowadays? Just drop your kids off at a bar? Somebody will get them.
I mean, you don't drove a couple states and just drop me off at the bar, though.
Hey, my daddy did it. My daddy did it. I'm just saying. He stayed at the bar with us, but he took us. he took us. For real, he took us.
That's one way to get rid of your child. Drive across a couple states.
Well, no, he let us drive him back across the state line because
there was no choice.
There was no choice. But I could sit in his lap.
The Orlando Magic have named a new head coach. They're supposed to name Joc Vaughn, 37-year-old point guard, ex-point guard for the NBA, 12-year career. Shaquille O'Neal was like, good luck, Dwight, trying to win a championship with Joc Vaughn as your head coach. I thought that was a little interesting. Joc only been out of the league like 2 years, and you made him a head coach.
Probably because Dwight Howard couldn't run him. No, Joc, just to play, we going to run. Okay, Dwight, that's cool. Let's do that.
Well, I guess after that 30-year-old general manager they hired, it kind of goes in line to what they're trying to do. Big Kenny, is something coming up real quick you wanted to mention last week about a walkathon?
There's an Alzheimer's walkathon. I believe the date will be September 9th in Atlantic Station here in Atlanta. The Sports Joc crew will be forming a team in honor of my grandfather who passed from Alzheimer and the Sports Joc's father who also suffers from dementia. So we're going to be getting a team together. We're going to be getting donations. Everybody going to walk. Producers, everybody is walking now. And we're getting it in. It's for a great cause. Get yourself healthy and help make others healthy. So
how long is the walk? Because the bad producer might need to do
now
some training.
They've got different distances. I'm signing us up for 10 miles because I figure even the bad producer could pull off 10 miles. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're giving him too much credit.
I'm saying we might have to tote him 1 or 2 miles, but we're going to go 10 miles.
He got a 3K in him, but I don't see.
We'll go 10 miles, and remember, everybody, a team is only as strong as its weakest link.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't you be that link.
I'm talking about the weak link now.
And the tall lady's pointing at me. I think your contract's up, isn't it, tall lady?
Oh, my Jesus.
We'll have to review that after the show.
You know, when you hear the sounds of the ocean, it gives the Sports Joc a moment to vent over his last week. And, we are in the Olympic spirit, so I found something Olympic related. Beautiful spirited young lady, 22-year-old Holly. She's a heavyweight Olympic lifter. She has a famous brother who plays for the Jets. His name is Nick Mangold. He plays center for the Jets. He's all pro, all world, makes about $8 million a year. Nick does. But Holly, in trying to get to the Olympics, has had to stay in her best friend's laundry room to save money. Now, Nick, come on, Nick. $8 million. Even if you hate her, Nick, come on, dude. You let her move out of her place to save for rent and live in the laundry room. And she had such a great spirit, and that's why I'm throwing Nick in the ocean. She had such a great spirit. She said, at least my clothes are clean.
Oh, wow.
So Nick Mango walked the plank. I was like, they had her on Real Sports, and they showed the little bed. I'm like, Nick, come on, man. You should be embarrassed. You just signed for $54 million. You can't get a little bit, just a little bit. I tell you.
All right. Now people hear you talking like that, they're going to call you now. Like, hey, we just need a little bit, Sports Joc.
Well,
we just need a little bit.
Well, listen to this real quick. If you're on your way to the Olympics, the Sports Joc will help you out. If you're trying to pay child support, it's a no-go. We'll be back next Monday with more of the Sports Joc Show for Big Kenny, the funny man himself.
What's happening? Peace.
Miss Desire.
Hey.
Y'all have a good afternoon. Bad producers, start walking.